Broadcasting live to the world, the Kart Racing Network.
Come treat yourself to a day of full adrenaline excitement at Ocala Grand Prix. Bring the entire family and enjoy 50 miles per hour of safe family fun. Ocala Grand Prix. Feel your need for speed. For track time and location, visit ocalagrandprix.com.
Keen Racing of Deerfield Beach, Florida is a Tony Kart and OTK dealer for the South Florida region, as well as a distributor of Rotax engines and Mojo tires. As an authorized Rotax service center, Keen Racing offers complete rebuilds with dyno testing of all Rotax power plants, in addition to sales and service for all Rotax engine parts and components. Keen Racing is also a front-running team on the national karting scene, with lead driver Darren Keen, a 2012 Florida Winter Tour champion. For sales, service or information on the Keen Racing team, visit www.keenracing.com. So as we start our formation lap, this is the prelude to a 20-lap Minimax race sponsored by AM Engines. Coming into side, Anthony Ganji and Stingray Rob. Ganji on the left, Stingray Rob. And here we go now. It was actually Anthony Ganji on this side, and it's him who jumps out into the lead, followed by Devlin De Francesco. I think Neil Verhagen getting a good start too, but it's definitely Devlin De Francesco in second place, chasing Anthony Ganji. Stingray Rob a little bit slowly away from the left-hand side of the grid as we looked at turn one. The right-hand side is our television pictures. 507 Anthony Ganji from Brookville, New York. Devlin De Francesco, based in Florida, but raced extensively in Europe, and losing second place at this moment as we speak. And Stingray Rob getting a little bit of a, shall we say, damage repair exercise underway. Anthony Ganji certainly the early leader. Augusto Schirippa in second place. Devlin De Francesco third. Stingray Rob in fourth place. And Neil Verhagen completing the top five. Good drive by Matias Ramirez. He started ninth but has gone through in sixth place on the opening lap. The opening lap of 20 in the Minimax final. This is Anthony Ganji leading Augusto Schirippa. Augusto Schirippa driving the Intrepid chassis. Started on the third row but has quickly got himself up into second place. Devlin De Francesco had to be passed for and the bunny hops, here they come, and Schirippa bidding for the lead. Oh, that did look ambitious, and yet it also looked as if it might have worked. But for the time being at least, Anthony Ganji remains in the lead. Augusto Schirippa in second place, but that little move has allowed Devlin De Francesco to close, and Devlin De Francesco in third place, beginning to look a little bit threatening. Well, maybe Dev didn't do quite as sweet a angle there, and as a result just dropped fractions on Augusto Schirippa in second place. Augusto Schirippa not too close at the moment to Anthony Ganji, when moments ago he made a bid for the lead. This is coming up to the start of lap 4. Bunny hops all around. I've been told that they're illegal. I've been told that they're not illegal, but they are discouraged. I've been told it gains a distinct advantage. I've been told there's no advantage in it. Well, who knows? What we do know is that Anthony Gangi leads, Augusto Sciarippa second, Devlin DeFrancesco third. And it's Anthony Gangi in shot now, pursued by those guys behind Devlin DeFrancesco. Matias Ramirez has gone up from 5th to 4th, and Matias Ramirez looking as if he's getting ready to make a threat on Devlin DeFrancesco. And we've got a spinner at the bottom of the wine glass, but it wasn't one of our front runners. Anthony Gangi setting off on lap 5. Augusto Sciarippa in second place, Devlin DeFrancesco third, and Matias Ramirez fourth. And we'll stay with these four because these four are clear of the rest. Momentarily just looking at the start-finish line now. Devlin DeFrancesco, is he going to concede a place? No, he isn't. But 5.52 was Augusto Sciarippa, who was shipping places there, dropped a couple of places. So Devlin DeFrancesco and Matias Ramirez, the guys to pick up the pieces. So now it's Anthony Gangi leading, Devlin DeFrancesco second. You know, I'm going to tell you something. The first time I saw the bunny hop, it was a fairly subtle affair. Right now, you just wonder if one of these days somebody's going to jump out of the cart. Anthony Gangi holding the advantage from Devlin DeFrancesco. Matias Ramirez in third place, and Augusto Sciarippa a little bit further back. Logan Sargent says hello to Devlin. Well, Logan, I'll be happy to pass that message on. I can't get the message to Dev just at the minute. He's rather busy. He's just racing the final of Minimax and is chasing Anthony Gangi. Is 0.59 of a second behind him, but a little later on today we'll pass that message. I did see your brother Dalton in England. Let me see. Now, was it in England or was it Germany? No, it was in England. I saw Dalton about 2-3 weeks ago. Anthony Gangi continues to hold the advantage from Devlin DeFrancesco. Matias Ramirez in third place. Augusto Sciarippa fourth. David Malukas in fifth place. We're in the second quarter of the race because this is lap 7 of a 20-lap final. And Devlin DeFrancesco looking smooth in second place. He's got to find the biggest part of a second, though, to catch Anthony Gangi before he even thinks of passing him. We saw Anthony Gangi just to the left of our screen. Going up the hill, you'll see Anthony Gangi just there to the top left. There he goes, Kart 507. Devlin DeFrancesco second, Matias Ramirez third, Augusto Sciarippa fourth, David Malukas fifth. We saw Stingray Rob go through in Kart 516. We saw Neil Verhagen go through. Well, Kart number 530 is Matias Ramirez. We focused on him a lot in the pre-final. That was because he seemed to be in the thick of the action. Matias Ramirez, driving out of Florida, performing now in the state of Indiana. Coming round to start lap 9, 8 laps gone. Well, you know, maybe we have a sub trophy, a subplot here. Trophies for the podium guys, trophies for the highest bunny hop. Anthony Gangi has a lead of 1.3 seconds. And this is the battle for 5th, 6th and 7th. We're seeing David Malukas, Stingray Rob and Neil Verhagen. That is Kart number 516, Stingray Rob. To the left of the screen in the yellow helmet, that's Stingray Rob. Behind him it's Neil Verhagen. And actually we're seeing Ryan Lewis in shot as well in Kart number 506. And there goes Devlin DeFrancesco sweeping through past Matias Ramirez. So Matias Ramirez has run in second place, was relatively short-lived. It's Devlin DeFrancesco back in front, but Anthony Gangi now the biggest part of 2 seconds away. Devlin DeFrancesco not pulling away from Matias Ramirez, but having executed a passing move. Let's have a look at it here. Well, now there's a point, isn't it? Because Devlin DeFrancesco made his move just as I think Matias was coming on the downward bump from the hop, so maybe he was caught hopping, if not caught napping. This is the start of lap 11. It's the half race distance. 10 laps gone, 10 to go. Devlin De Francesco is in second place. Matias Ramirez behind him is in third place. They're 2.5 seconds behind Anthony Gangi in the lead. Behind them, David Malukas and Augusto Chiroppa. Still we're with Devlin De Francesco and Matias Ramirez. De Francesco driving quite smoothly. Matias Ramirez, just looking, wasn't he? Matias Ramirez just making a polite inquiry about the possibility of going from third to second. This is the start of lap 12, so we're into the second half of the race, and this is the battle for sixth. Stingray Rob, who you saw there in kart 516, followed by Neil Verhagen 591, and Ryan Lewis going up to 8th place in 506 in front of Mitch Goldfarb and Christian Cole. Matthew Thomas, incidentally, completing the top 10, I think. Well, just outside the top 10 in 11th place. Joshua Sagani a little bit further down in 13th place, so he's going to be disappointed with that. Getting some good racing from these guys. 516, as I say, is Stingray Rob from Boise, Idaho, home of the Boise State Broncos. Oh, and that's a nasty little incident. I don't think there's anybody hurt there at all, but the driver went into the blue restraining bags, burst the bag open. I'm pretty sure there was not much of an impact, and it was Stingray Rob who we were featuring. Stingray Rob in kart 516, the guy who's gone off the circuit into the restraining blue bags. Devlin De Francesco goes back in front of Matias Ramirez, but Matias Ramirez goes back in front of him for second place, and that battle for sixth that we were following has come to grief for Stingray Rob from Boise, Idaho, as he goes off the track and into the blue restraining bales. There's the debris, there's the bunny hops. We're on lap 14. Let's have a look again. Might have been a lot more dangerous if he'd have swung back into the path of the following drivers, but thankfully he didn't, and that being the case, I think it's only disappointment in the heart of Stingray Rob that we've got to chalk up on the debit side. Stingray Rob down in 32nd place, not sure if he's continuing, don't see him on the track. We're watching the scrap behind Anthony Gangi. Anthony Gangi 3.5 seconds to the good. Matias Ramirez second, Devlin De Francesco third. Behind Devlin De Francesco, Augusto Chiroppa, and it's David Malukas, the 5th place driver, the 4th of the 4 that you see there. Just at the bottom of your screen now. At the top, this is Matias Ramirez in 2nd place. Behind him is Devlin De Francesco in 3rd place. Behind him, Augusto Chiroppa in 4th. And behind him, David Malukas in 5th place. And we're coming up to the 3/4 race distance, heading towards the end of the 15th lap. Anthony Gangi dropping down the hill, about 4 seconds in front of these guys, maybe a whisker less than 4 seconds. Coming onto the home straightaway, here he is. Nice picture there of Anthony Gangi. He doesn't seem to need an awful lot of extra encouragement, but he goes for the bunny hop as well. Actually, the margin has come down a fraction. It's 3.4 seconds, had been 3.6 at one time. Matias Ramirez still second, Dev De Francesco still third. Anthony Gangi's margin 3.4, Matias Ramirez in 2nd place in front of Dev De Francesco. We're looking at kart number 507, our race leader, Anthony Gangi, who did have some issues earlier on today, got himself a victory in the pre-final, but not after an awful lot of hard driving in the very wet conditions. Anthony Gangi's lead, 3.49 seconds. So if it was coming down a fraction would be the emphasis that we would put. And in terms of general positional situation, looking pretty healthy at the front of this one. We're on lap 17 of a 20-lap race, Anthony Ganji Jr. being pursued by Matias Ramirez in shot now. You're seeing Kart number 500, Devlin De Francesco in third place. The white helmet behind him is being worn by Augusto Chiripa. Here is Matias Ramirez in second place, going up the hill for the 18th time, turning left to go through the uphill chicane. As you know, that was a lake this morning, absolutely flowing waters all the way down the track, but a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of breeze, and we're racing on a dry track now. These Minimax youngsters going round in 43 seconds. Anthony Ganji is anyway 43.9, the rest in 44. Beyond the top 20, they're going round in 45. Anthony Ganji's lead, 3.5 seconds. Too big to measure in yards. But now, there you see a big difference of choice of track position. Now, what was Matias Ramirez doing going to the side there? Because for the uninitiated kart racer at Minimax level, it seems to me that that was really a bit of an own goal by Matias Ramirez. He got off the fast racing line, got a little bit close to the flag marshal, and certainly he conceded second place to Devlin De Francesco. No doubt Matias knows what he was planning to do. Let's just have a look at that again. Why did he go on that line? Got himself on a drift, and as soon as De Francesco puts his kart in between himself, there's really no choice but for Matias Ramirez to concede. This is Anthony Ganji in the lead by a margin now of 4.7 seconds. So while that happened that you saw, that was to the advantage of Anthony Ganji, who just pushes his way further up the field. This is lap 20. So we stay with the champion-elect, Anthony Ganji, from Brookville, New York, sweeping down the deep drop to Monza, turning left. Our Minimax champion is coming home to the checkered flag, and it's Anthony Ganji. Anthony Ganji wins it. In second place, Matias Ramirez has repaired the damage and gets home in second place. Devlin De Francesco makes it in third place. Augusto Chiripa fourth, David Malukas fifth, Neil Verhagen sixth, Ryan Lewis 7, Mitch Goldfarb 8, Christian Cole 9, and Matthew Thomas drives into the top 10 at number 10.